Hello and welcome to tonight's live Twitch stream. I hope all of you are good. I'm super excited for this one. A FEF Champions League game for women's, and it's Toulouse versus Monaco. I don't really know what to expect in regards to score lines. I also don't know who's going to win, so I'm a spectator just like you guys tonight. I cannot wait to break this one down. I am going to give all of you guys shout outs in a minute for everyone that's commented so far. If you haven't and you do want me to shout you out, put a comment down. Let me know who you are and where you're from. We've already got loads of people across the world who's already in the stream, which is madness. However, we already know the futsal family is worldwide, and we welcome everybody to the stream. So welcome everybody that is in the stream. Whether you choose to comment or not is entirely up to you. I do highly recommend that you comment, because the more questions you have, the more things I get to feed off of, and I can spark more things to help everybody learn about the game, and likewise I can also learn about you guys as well. On this channel as well, we do not discriminate. We want all cultures playing futsal, so we always stream youth, women, men's, and we try and get as many different countries on this stream as possible. So we're massively proud of that. So let me give you some shout outs for people that have commented already. Welcome to the stream, Burke, who is also one of the referees today. So Burke, if there's any mistakes you've made, I'm coming for you. I'm only joking. I'm going to try and be kind to you, Burke. Obviously, referees are slightly different people to us managers and coaches. However, I will be nice to you. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, welcome, Burke, all the way from North Cyprus. Big up yourself, buddy. Pavel, who's the other referee that I know, it is about 3 o'clock in the morning where he is in Belarus, so he did want to come, but if he can't make it, sadly it will be because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Levi, welcome to the stream. There is another person that's commented, but I'm hoping that he might have let me know what his name is later in the comments, so I'm going to scroll down. If not, I'll shout him out at the end for what his name is in his profile. Rasa Tomasora, if I say that wrong, I do apologise, but big up yourself from Romania. There's a fantastic futsal team from Romania. It's so good to have different countries involved in the stream and playing futsal and being part of AMF and FEF. So big up yourselves from Romania. Whoop whoop. Big hug from England. Also, welcome Chris. Chris is from Belgium. Big up yourself, Chris. We've had some really good conversations to and fro in about potentially Belgium coming to play GB and GB going to play Belgium and maybe France and a few other countries. So big up yourself, Chris. Loving chatting futsal with you. Loving to hear about the history in Belgium as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Right. Sheila. Welcome to the stream, Sheila. Okay, that's probably the easiest I can say. So obviously, Sheila, if you comment, that is what I'm going to call you. If you want me to call you anything else, put it in the comments below and I'll happily call you whatever. Yeah, but I'm assuming it's Sheila, so if I've said that right, fantastic. Welcome to the stream. Levi has just said hydrated, which means, it reminds me, tonight the beverage is licorice and spearmint, which is extremely posh, but it tastes lush. 2 tea bags in and it tastes even better. What more can you ask for? And also, to make sure we are staying hydrated, we've also got our water. So guys, let's get it started, shall we? If you haven't commented yet and you want to shout out, make sure you do, and I will talk to you throughout the stream. And please make sure you get those questions in. The more we talk, the better. Look at this poster as well. Big shout out to the French Federation who put on this in Marguerite's in France. A fantastic effort from them to get a brilliant FEF Champions League. Sheila, I'm black and gay and I love Fortnite, boys. Yeah, I love your thing about racism, bruh. We love it too. No discrimination. We have everybody in our streams. Futsal is for all. Futsal is a family, and we're all about the love. We're all about a community. We are a futsal family. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, we are a futsal family. So big up everybody in the stream today. So yeah, let's go. Just to let you know as well, my bald-headed friend here, that is Pavel from Belarus. And here is my North Cyprus friend, Burke, who's here. Make sure you're kind to them in the comments. They are great referees. I've had a really good experience with being on a level 3 refereeing course with them in Barcelona. Really, really good guys. Burke literally can run for days. I think he's a marathon runner or something like that. Burke, let us know in the comments what you do when it comes to running. I think he pretty much runs around the world. He's like the fittest guy I know in regards to fitness. And my friend Pavel, he likes to, well, his talent's drinking and refereeing. So it's actually snowing a hell of a lot in Belarus at the moment. So he sent us a picture today saying that he sadly probably can't make the stream because it's 3 o'clock in the morning where he is. But he was going for a sauna, which was in the middle of like a forest somewhere, and there was loads of snow. It was hilarious. I'm assuming this is Monaco, and I'm assuming this is Toulouse, but we'll find out in a minute. Sheila, I love Burke hype. We love Burke. We love Burke. Okay, anyone else who's with me at the moment that hasn't commented, put your comments down below. I really want to hear from all of you. Chris, you are right, Liam. Thank you, Chris. I don't know what I'm right about, but hey. I'm assuming it's what I've said about Pavel, but... Monaco on the left. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, yeah, Monaco's on the left, Toulouse is on the right. Look at that. Toulouse are even giving us a dance to their national anthem. Look at that. Oh, hey, hey. Love that, Toulouse. Callum West, welcome to the stream, buddy. How you feeling after training, and what did you think of training? Obviously, I had to kind of like tone it back in my skills today because obviously I'm in a bedroom trying to do skills for everyone that you can practice at home or outside. But thought there was quite a few good combinations in there. But interested to know what you think, Callum. And obviously, we get the weekend off, and then we're back to training on Monday again. Burke's in the emojis. If anyone from the French Federation is watching, by the way, I am going to say I've got better FEF flags than you guys that you've got on the goalposts. So, yeah, 1-0. Arthur, welcome to the stream, buddy. I hope you're good. Missed you at training today, but obviously it's nice to see that you're watching the games in the evening and you were there yesterday. Callum, I'm feeling alright, but the session was great. Thank you, Callum. I hope you're good, buddy. Remember the tradition of AMF, the captains come up. Everyone is stood on the edge of the box, which you can't see, sadly. I can't see that either. But the captains go and meet. In internationals, they give out flags and stuff. I think they have given gifts here, actually, to be fair. I didn't think that was a club thing, but okay, they've done that. That's nice. Hang on. What the hell is this? Chris, do you know what that is, what they're giving out? Do you reckon it's pay slips? Here you go. Let us win. Imagine that. That's something Chelsea Football Club would do. No hate from the Chelsea fans, by the way. Chris, no idea. That is so random. Nice, though. But I have no idea what that is. That's a bit mafia-like, isn't it? Here's some money. Let us win. Also as well, guys, there is a poll on our channel. If you go on there, it's a basic question, a yes or no answer. Have you shared our stream to your friends yet? Yes or no? Please get on that poll, answer it. It's really nice to know your feedback of who has shared and who hasn't. Because, again, look at what's happened today. Romania, North Cyprus, Belgium, England. And sometimes we have other countries that don't comment at all because they don't have the app. But we've had people from Belarus. We've had people from India, Bangladesh, Brazil, USA. So many different countries watching our stuff. Okay, let's go. Good. So they're keeping the fix quite, well, as a traditional fix. Not much movement, staying back, but now they have broke that fixed. Alejandro, welcome to the stream, buddy. No worries that you're late. Glad you're here. Dodgy touch from Monaco, giving it back to Toulouse. So, again, this is not me discriminating. This is just an observation that we've made in the games that we've watched. Traditionally, when we watch youth and we watch the women's game, the movement off the ball doesn't tend to be as good as some of the better men's teams. So keep an eye out for that today. Hopefully, this will be a game where that statistic or that kind of awareness of what we've noticed in other games hopefully is wrong. Every country plays slightly different, remember. But keep an eye out for the movement. If you're seeing throw-ins back to the goalkeeper, constantly passing back to the keeper, that tends to show you that movement off the ball has not been too good. I haven't actually seen any of that yet, which is a good sign. Chris, if I'm not wrong, it was a semi-final. To be honest with you, mate, I honestly didn't look. It doesn't actually say in the title either. But sometimes I will ask someone from FEF what kind of game it was, but to be honest with you, having Toulouse and Monaco in the name, it attracts people to want to watch the stream, so I went with that game, to be honest with you. So that's the first foul. Remember, anyone who's new to futsal, Burke's doing his little marking out the space. Well done, Burke. Good teamwork from Burke and my good friend from Belarus. First foul of the game. Anyone new to futsal? Anything more than 5 fouls is a 9-meter penalty. I do apologise about clicking on the other thing. My bad. I do apologise. Most things in that top left corner you're not going to see much today. That's not just my stream. That's generally how they filmed it. So I do apologise because I can't even see that. So unfortunately, this hall is very similar to the halls we get in England, where there's not much space from the edge of the court to the wall. So to try and film it, they've done well just to get where they get the quality of what they've got, to be honest, because I know it's very difficult to film anything in those kind of circumstances. For me, though, they should just stay in this lens. They shouldn't keep doing the close-up stuff, because then you miss certain things. Good save, keeper. First opportunity at goal. First good chance of the game. Oh, back to the keeper, which kind of... Well, it doesn't kind of. It tells us about the lack of movement or the lack of trust to play in that line of three. When we're looking at movement, remember, we're looking at shows and goes, we're looking at blocks, we're looking at feints, we're looking at rotations. There's loads of different stuff that goes into when we talk about movement off the ball. So, again now, when this ball is going off or it's a throw-in, I don't like my players to be standing in the same position as when the throw-in has been taken. That's why it's gone straight back to the keeper. That, for me, is a sign of bad movement from Monaco. I would like a fluidity, a good movement, because at the end of the day, they don't know what who they're marking. It's all right to do rotations here, and this is nice, and this is... Oh, here we go. Oh, I tell you what, that could have been given. That would be that's interesting if we saw that one back. But yeah, it's all right to do the rotations when you've got the ball, but what about when you haven't got the ball, or when the goalkeeper's got the ball, or it's a throw-in or a corner? You have to have creativity with your movement off the ball in order to create space. In this scenario, there wasn't. These are probably football teams playing futsal. Maybe, maybe. I'd like to expect though from Champions League, I would expect better than just football teams joining the tournament. Personally. But then that's where European futsal with AMF does need a lot of work. Because you imagine a football team trying to play in an AMF tournament in South America, they get ripped to shreds. For me, I don't know what your feeling is, guys, but I think Toulouse is the better team so far. Chris, yes, but maybe there was no other choice. Yeah, but again, Chris, this is where European futsal does need to improve, in my opinion, because there needs to be competition. And I don't mean competition as in a Champions League. I mean competitions to get into a competition. So instead of, you know, scraping the amount of teams that can join a Champions League, there should be teams queuing up to be in a Champions League. Do you know what I mean? The marketing, the advertisement, the everything behind it needs to improve as the years go on. Yeah, I totally agree with that comment, Chris. But again, this is what I'm saying. This is where Europe's got a lot to develop. Because they were even talking about in the Champions League to potentially let non-European teams play. And for me, you would have then lost the Champions League. It would no longer be the Champions League of how we know it and love it. So, you know. You'd have to call it something different, in my opinion. I totally agree, Chris. It is good that these events take place. It's fantastic. It's prestigious. It's at the end of the day, like say for example, if my local club Bristol Futsal had the opportunity of playing the Champions League, we take it we would 100% take the opportunity. Obviously, a lot of my club is youth. We're working our way up. We started from the bottom all the way up. So eventually, my under-15s, when they're adults, they'll be my first adult team going forward, and then we will be participating in these tournaments and stuff. Good stuff from Monaco. Great defending from Toulouse. Now the counter's on. 2v1s. Can they finish? Now relax. Now relax. No, you don't have to go to goal there. Just relax. You've got them in the attacking half. Now bring your team with you. For me, I'd be asking her to hold her position there. Get someone else to hold. And then you can really, really open up big gaps. And then the other two players have then got to start rotating. That, again, is very similar to what I would see in youth that I don't like seeing. Where, you know, you get in front of goal and you feel like you've got to shoot straight away. Sometimes you can dominate in the opposition's half. And if the shooting option isn't on, which in my opinion it wasn't on, they need to relax and be a bit more composed in the attacking position. Okay, another foul. I think that's 1-1 now, isn't it? Burke, I will find and send the matches in the AMF tournament in Cyprus in the coming days. Thank you, Burke. That'll be really good. Because, yeah, any games that we can get from Cyprus, that'll be really, really good. Because for me, as many futsal games that I can review and see if they're good enough for streaming, the better. Oh, good creative move from Toulouse. Not a very good free kick from the actual free kick taker, but nice to see that they're moving off the ball. Really good creativity. Last night in the stream, if you didn't see it, go back and see it. There was a really good example. Good defending there. There was a really good example of how a creative free kick can create goals or get you a goal. And it was a beautiful free kick. So they went to go and take a free kick. Someone went to block, and that same person blocked. Then he blocked, pick and rolled him, got the ball, got it to the back post, and tapped it in with the outside of his foot. And it was a brilliant, well thought out free kick. Because normally, if a player blocks, it's because they want to create space for somebody else to receive it. But the fact that he blocked, then got the ball and scored. It was thinking outside the box. It was good. Big up to everyone that's with me as well. 19 of you. Superb to see the futsal family growing on this channel. We started slow at the start of the week, and now we're getting towards the end of the week. There's a lot more people watching, which is fantastic. And hopefully going into next week on Monday, there's going to be a lot more of you guys getting involved. Right, we do have another comment coming in. Rasa Timisora and Luka Barasov from Romania will also participate in the next edition of the Women's Champions League. Both teams practice 100% futsal. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's exactly what I'm saying. And Chris, that's kind of what I was saying a minute ago in regards to you want that competition, you know? If two Romanian teams say, yeah, I want to be in the Champions League, if every nation is putting one team or two teams in or whatever, then you can turn around and say, right, in Romania, if you want that space, you have to do a playoff. You stream the playoff, you get a bit of buzz around it, everyone's getting excited. All of a sudden, that one Romanian team gets to go to the Champions League, but at least the other team got a bit of publicity on the back of that, and I'll have another game to review. And if we do that into all the nations, I think, one, the quality will be better, especially... as my Romanian friends have said, that they're 100% futsal as well. The standard and the quality will improve as well, and loads of people are going to want to watch it. And also as well, big positive to Monaco and Toulouse. I've really enjoyed this game so far. I think Toulouse particularly, I think will be the winners in this game. I don't know that 100%. And again, you never know. If set pieces go the wrong way and everything else, you just don't know sometimes. Welcome to the stream. I have no idea to pronounce that, to be honest with you, and I'm not even going to try because I don't want to offend you. But yeah, welcome to the stream. If you want to write in what your name is, I'm happy to give you a shout out. But I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that. I do apologise. But welcome to the stream. It's not probably the best greeting you've probably ever had, but it was funny. Okay, counter. Anyone knows futsal knows transitions are really, really important. Chris, in Romania, member of FEF? Yes, Romania are part of FEF. Yes, that is correct. I don't want to say too much, Chris, because I don't want to offend anyone, and to be honest, I wouldn't ever do that to someone on a stream. But even little chats that I've had over the last couple of days with certain countries and everything else, there are quite a few teams and players and coaches that would love to be involved in AMF. There are some issues and stuff that needs to be sorted out. But just even in the short time that I've spoken to quite a few people by doing these streams and speaking online and in WhatsApp groups and everything else, I've had a few conversations with clubs not long ago, like some today, some yesterday, a week ago, whatever. A few of them have said, yeah, we'll happily come to England, we'll play AMF tournaments, not a problem, blah, blah, blah. And quite respected clubs as well. Of course, you have the politics with AMF and FIFA sometimes, and I did come up against that today where a professional futsal player, a massive name as well, by the way, we were going to do a collaboration, and sadly he can't do it because of the politics between AMF and FIFA, which is such a shame. And again, it happens the other way. I don't want to sound like this is a rant at FIFA, because it's not. It does go in both ways. I think sometimes people can be massively, massively political one way or the other, and I'm not really bothered about that. But yeah, so many clubs, whether they do FIFA or AMF, have been speaking to me recently and have said we would love to come to England and do a tournament. And some of them I know are serious because they've come to this country before, not necessarily with me but with somebody else, and have said, look, if you put on an international tournament, we will happily come. And that is teams like Belgium, me and Chris have spoke, so I'm happy to say that on the stream. I'm not happy to mention anyone that's not in the stream or commented, but there has been people from like the USA and India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, France, Italy. There's quite a few really good teams that have said, look, we'll happily come to England and play tournaments. Brilliant. And then hopefully from there, AMF may get more nations and more clubs participating in tournaments like this. But again, just to put this into consideration, just even how this channel's grown just over a couple of days. 2 or 3 days ago, I can't remember what it was now, it was me, Jackson and Alejandro in the stream on our own. Tonight, me and 19 other people. Now, okay, we're not talking thousands or millions, but it's a big step in the right direction, and especially with a Twitch platform that is not a sport platform, it's not YouTube or anything that's easily accessible. You know, it's a platform that still a lot of people around the world don't know. That's a big achievement. Just to put that into consideration, unless you're famous and playing FIFA, if I go onto a lot of FIFA streams, my streams are one of the highest. Like 19 viewers will be higher than a lot of FIFA streamers who are not professional. And when I say professional, I mean professional streamers who are getting like 40 or something thousand online views. But again, they will transfer their views that they get on YouTube over to Twitch. So again, it's just a massive credit to how the futsal family are growing, and how we can enjoy these games. Again, just the fact that we can say Toulouse and Monaco are in the women's futsal Champions League is fantastic. It's really exciting. And also as well, particularly in England, it's just fantastic to see women playing futsal. Because as people know, women in futsal have been forgotten for way too long. Oh, good play. Ooh, unlucky. It's still not over though. What is the cameraman doing? Sort your life out. Don't do this. Good. See, when they're here, the fix can be fixed in their position, and if the movement and the creativity is good, they're playing nice and wide. I love this. This is extremely difficult for Monaco to defend this. They are fully stretched. And all it takes is someone to be near that post, and you break that line, and it's a tap in. And they don't know who they've got to mark. Or they do, but they don't want to keep breaking, being compact. Because remember, when you're defending, you want to be compact, and when you're attacking, you want to make the pitch as big as possible. So when you're stretching them that far in their own area or in their own half, it's extremely difficult. So if you can peg 2 players in this corner of the pitch, you're doing good. You're dominating. It's similar like if you're playing chess and you've got rid of their queen, all of a sudden you're dominating, and you can start corner them into spaces that they don't want to be in, and then any lapse of concentration, bang, to the post, and it's a tap in. Or if they don't go and high press you or reduce the space and the angles in front of goal, you also have got the opportunity of shooting. So there's a lot of questions that you're asking when you can peg them back that far. But the movement has to be good. Yeah. Also, as well, I think one of the things that I'm noticing, and I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this, that Monaco don't seem to have a lot of pace. So, to be able to peg them in is less risky because Monaco don't seem to have a lot of pace. Now, if it was the other way around, potentially being that far up the pitch could be quite risky. Okay, quick timeout. If you've got some time, guys, just quickly go onto the poll and answer the poll. I'm just going to a quick advert if it allows me to. There is a minute break, so don't panic. It might not even let me, to be fair. No, it's not letting me. That's fine. Right, let's see what they're saying. Sometimes, normally, I can go on my Twitch stream and I can click add. So remember our referees, Pavel and Burke. Both had good games so far. They've definitely not done anything that's annoyed me. And some of the streams, some of the referees have really annoyed me. So both referees have done really well. To be honest with you, it tends to be the South American referees that do tend to annoy me because they seem to be very inconsistent. They seem to sometimes be a little bit biased. Whereas actually, I haven't really seen a game where I've watched Burke or Pavel and they've annoyed me in the way that they've refereed a game. Actually, to be fair to them, I think they're two very, very good referees. And if they were to referee any of my tournaments in England, it would I'd be more than okay for them to referee my tournaments and be of the sound knowledge that they'll do a good job. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, they've only gone and done it. Woo! Monaco have just shut me up. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Monaco have just gone on the counter. I said they didn't have any pace. They've gone on the counter and they've just gone and scored. Alejandro, are there any future events such as tournaments for GB? Yes, there is, mate. There's a 10-year plan. But obviously, whenever that 10-year plan can start, is Corona pending. So, for example, there's supposed to be a C15 World Cup. That's been delayed. Whether that eventually happens or it gets cancelled, we don't know. But yeah, it's a tough situation at the moment. Chris, incredible. Monaco hasn't created one chance before. Lol. And they go on their break and score. Oh, hit the bar. Oh, good set. Yeah, good defending in the end. Callum West, C15. Yes, that is your World Cup. But actually, Callum, it's a really good news for you that it was delayed. Because if you remember, that World Cup should have been just after the C13 World Cup. And we weren't going to go because it was too short notice. We didn't know about the World Cup until after the C13. And because we plugged so much in the C13, we weren't planning going to the C15. Now it's been delayed. We can then go. We can now go because then we can start plugging all the advertisements towards you guys. We can do a similar setup where we try and get you in the newspapers and on TV and all that sort of thing. And obviously start raising money and funds and stuff to get you over there because the World Cup is in Paraguay, which obviously means it's going to be a lot harder to pull that off than going to Spain. Back to the keeper. I hate that. I hate that. So actually, the fact that it was delayed is a good thing for you because at one stage your age group wasn't going. It was too short notice, which again is something I complained about and hence why I helped FEF write the 10-year plan. It was Luca's idea, the president of FEF, to have a 10-year plan, which is to his credit. I'm not going to take that idea. And then I wrote it. And I totally agreed with Luca when he said about a 10-year plan because us doing a C13 and then finding out at short notice about a C15 World Cup, it just wasn't possible. Have you got any other have you got other players in my age group, Callum? Well, at the moment, obviously, we were supposed to be holding trials and we were going to have development centres and things like that across across Britain. Obviously, again, those plans had to stop because of COVID. So sadly, we haven't been able to recruit any more players. But trust me, Callum, there's a lot of players that have been talking to me behind the scenes that would love to get involved in a World Cup. I think as well, Callum, hang on, like, do I know any of them? Well, again, Callum, what will happen is we put so much emphasis on the C13 team because they were going to a World Cup. They got all of our attention. Because of your age group, our plan for you in the long term is we want you guys to be our first men's team. We want you guys to be going to European Championships, to World Cups and everything else. And obviously I'll message you privately about some of the plans we've got for you. But you're kind of like the first project of bringing out into the first team. So we're looking after your best interests, very specific for you to become one of the adults teams. And again, because so much effort went into that C13 World Cup, because just before I took over the presidency, we didn't have a very good experience in Italy, where the tournament was not very well organised. There were some money issues and things like that I had to try and take over from an old regime and things like that, and it was a little bit rushed, and there was a lot that needed to happen. So we wanted to make sure this C13 World Cup was a really good, successful World Cup. So we put so much effort into that. And like I said, now that's out the way, it gives us time to build for the future. And again, if the C15 World Cup happens, which I think it does, because it's in Paraguay and AMF is like the home of Paraguay. Sorry, Paraguay was the home of AMF. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. It means that we can put so much more effort into your age group. So that means more players. That means we'll be getting more coaching staff. And like I said, you would have seen it, Callum. You would have seen the amount of effort we put into that C13 World Cup. That will happen in your age group as well. Every single player, bar one, was either in a newspaper or on the news, and or on the radio. And in some instances, they were in both or all three. What? Oh, it's a goal for Toulouse! Poor goal, though. Keeper should have saved that. That was awful. Levi, what age group am I, Liam? So you're the year below Callum. So again, if you do really well in your age group, you could potentially be in Callum's team because, you know, because there's only a year difference, you can play up a year if you do really well. Chris, hi Callum. Keep on working hard in my club already. 5 under 16s play in one of my men's teams. Well, there you go. Well-deserved equaliser, Chris says also. Callum, nice. Can't wait if it happens. It will. I'm pretty sure it will happen, Callum, to be fair to you. To be fair. Will this work? Yes, it will. Pavel and Burke talking about the game. Burke, can you give us some inside information about what you guys were talking about there? Can you remember? Was he joking, telling you you're a rubbish referee? Because that sounds somewhat like Pavel would say. You're a rubbish referee. Sort it out. You're making me look bad. It's Chris. It was a well-deserved equaliser, but what a poor goal for Monaco to concede. Okay, let's focus on this game. I've been talking about a few other stuff, which has been fantastic. Love talking about it. But let's start breaking down this game. Has anyone got any questions for me about this game at all? Good hold-up play from the pivot. Brilliant play. I don't know if you guys can remember about my analysis on Catalonia when they played South Africa in the C13 World Cup. But I was saying about if Catalonia wasn't playing such a poor South African team, a lot of what they were doing was a lot of possession and not so effective. That's kind of how I feel a little bit like Toulouse at the moment. I feel like they're a good team. They are definitely better on the eye. But how effective are they? For the team that they're... Someone shot that lady on the floor. Callum West said, Chris, thank you, and I will. Do you know what? I do love it when you guys talk to each other in the comments, not just to me as well. I like that. Because remember, it's not just about me, it's about the family. Burke, I can't remember, but always Pavel give me some lesson. Yeah, Pavel's a good guy. He's also a good referee. I always recommend listening to him, Burke. He is a good referee. Ooh, good strike. I'll tell you what, Monaco, they don't have many chances, but when they do look quite dangerous. Whereas Toulouse, they've got a lot of the possession, but how dangerous do they actually look in attack? That's the question. Okay, so things I'm looking for here is the movement. This player here would annoy me now. There has to be some sort of rotation and movement in order to peg back the opposition and to then receive it. 1 minute left. Alright, I get it. It was a bad touch, but even still, it's just basic. I hate it. Good hold-up play. Great use of the soul. One thing I've noticed as well, again, if you are part of an amateur club or you're a coach of an amateur club and you want to see some of the differences from a high level... Good save. Oh! Unlucky. And you want to see just a few technical differences. If you remember the stream last night, when they're on the wing, how they're dribbling with the inside of their foot, so that if the player comes, they can flick it over the foot and go down the line, or they can cut inside with the outside of their foot. I haven't seen that yet. To be fair though, I have been waffling for half the video, so if they have done it, let me know. But I don't think they have. But again, it's technical details that can help you create 1v1 scenarios that will help you to score. Burke, Pavel and Alex are very experienced referees and I always learn from them. Yeah, by the way, just to let you know, that's Alex Astorigas that Burke is talking about there. Alex is he's the secretary of FEF, but he's one of the most experienced referees, FIFA and AMF for that matter. And he's been in the game for ages. I call him Mr. AMF. Okay, that's the end of the first half. Let me know in the comments, guys, what did you think of that first half? You can either, if you can't comment on the Twitch comment section, you can download the app and follow the channel. If you follow the channel, it will allow you to comment. Let me know what you thought of that first half. Second half is just about to start. Let's go. No, Alex doesn't really referee. He just kind of helps with like mentorship and a bit of advice. To be fair, Alex is just a little bit of everything, to be honest. That's why I call him Mr. AMF. He seems to know everything about AMF and stuff. I don't really like making predictions about this game. I don't want to say any more predictions because I end up with egg on my face. I said Monaco didn't have any pace and they're not very good on the counter, and then the first goal of the game is from a counter. So I love to jinx things and make myself look stupid. And even though I was right to say what I said at the time, it still makes you look foolish. So I'm just going to call it when I see it, but I'm not making any future predictions because I look stupid. I still can't believe that. Yeah, Monaco are slow. You can push up. They're not going to get you on the counter as easy. Da, da, da. Next goal. Boom. Well done, Liam. Good feint. I like that. again as well, by the way, don't think just because Toulouse play good futsal that you can't learn anything from Monaco, because... Oh, good save. You will come up against different styles of opposition. And just because someone can pass and move and look pretty, that doesn't necessarily mean they are a good futsal club. Or a good futsal international team to play against. Because you might play in a team that are very, very good at passing and moving and everything else. But a team that doesn't do that, think of it like weaknesses and... I'm trying to think of like I'm not sure if any of you play Pokemon, but like if anyone has a special move against you, if someone is very attacking and someone's very defensive, they might be your weakness, they might be your strength. So when you're playing against opposition like this, you cannot just assume, because Monaco aren't so easy on the eye, that you can't learn something from them, because they will be streetwise. They will be very disciplined. Like they've only conceded 1 goal, for example. So you can learn a lot from them. Sheila, do I like Fortnite? I haven't ever played it. I've watched it for a little bit, and I won't lie to you, I got a little bit bored watching it. However, what I do really like about Fortnite, and I do love it, is in a generation that constantly looks at screens and plays Xbox and PlayStation and doesn't like to be as active and climb trees and everything else. One of the things that I think is a massive positive from Fortnite is I absolutely love the fact that it got younger kids dancing, because I think that's really important. You got some kids who think it's embarrassing to dance and whatever, and then all of a sudden Fortnite comes out and everyone's like, whoa, 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 and banging out all these moves, and I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? And, you know, again, that was one massive positive that I thought came from that game. So whether I like it or not is irrelevant. I think the positives of the game came out of the fact that, you know, kids got to learn loads of dances and build on confidence and stuff. And everyone's got their own tastes. If I was to play a computer game, I'd probably be playing FIFA. That's been games I play. I like zombie games. I've always been like a bit of a zombie game kind of enthusiast when it comes to games. I loved Red Dead Redemption. Who did you watch? To be honest, it was my stepson. He was playing with one of his mates. We were waiting to go to futsal training, and they were playing, and his mate was pretty good at it. My stepson had absolutely no idea how to play it, and he was kind of like learning. So we were both getting a tutorial of how you play it. But yeah, I was bored, to be honest with you. But I don't think he was in full action. I think he was doing loads of like planning, like he was building stuff and all that stuff. But again, it's not necessarily my thing anyway. I like I said, a Red Dead Redemption type of thing, or my main thing would be playing FIFA. Sheila said, I haven't exercised for like 6 years, lol. I just send loads of money on my nan's credit card to buy some swag skins, lol. Well, a few themes that I see on the internet is they buy loads of FIFA points, skins. I don't even know what that is, but I have heard that a lot. Because some of my kids, sometimes the parents moan to me saying that they've just whacked up a £100 or £200 bill and they've had to complain and get their money back and all that sort of thing, and then donating to streamers, you know. So sometimes like you do super chats and everything else, and they donate and whatever. Oh yeah, I agree with that. Hang on, what? Do my kids play? I've spent money on FIFA points. When it comes to like buying, FIFA points and buying packs and stuff like that. I've spent money on that, especially when I was a lot younger. No, my kids don't play Fortnite. I try not to get them play as games as much as possible, to be honest. There's more that I want them to experience. Do I stream FIFA? No. To be honest with you, I really don't like how FIFA's changed. I don't know all the technicalities, but I watched this video of why players don't move off the ball as much as they used to in other previous games, and that's ruined the game for me. I used to be very good at FIFA, actually. When I was at university, I won a FIFA tournament. And I was really proud of winning that, not just because I won, but actually I was the only team that wasn't a 5-star team. I was CSK Moscow. And I had Dumbaya, Musa, Tosic, Honda. Not sure if you know any of those, but basically it was Speed FC. I think my slowest player was like 86 pace. But obviously every game I was against a Real Madrid, a Barcelona, and that type of thing. Okay, good movement from Toulouse. Again, they're doing what they're good at. Nice little block down the middle. I like that. That's created space to receive it here. We don't miss those. Trying to break the line here. Keep an eye out for that. Good movement. Oh, she got it. Counter attack's on. Yeah, foul had to happen. This will be interesting because, again, right now is 1-1. The next game can completely change the tactics of how this game is played. At the moment, I don't think goals have particularly changed this game all that much, because when Monaco went 1-0 up, they were the defensive team anyway, and Toulouse were very attacking, so it didn't really change anything. But it will be interesting to see if Toulouse score now and make it 2-1, how it changes the game. But again, look at what we spoke about before. Here and here, and it created the space down the middle. What Monaco did is they fell for that trap. They marked the outsides because they didn't want it to go towards the posts. And what it did was it created this opportunity to shoot from distance. So again, it's a risky tactic. And I'm probably about to jinx it again. But because Monaco haven't got loads and loads of... Callum West just said tactical foul, yeah. Again, because Toulouse are aware that Monaco don't have the most pace... Sorry, the most amount of pace. Not like my CSK Moscow team. Yeah. They're probably a little bit higher. They're probably a little bit more positive about pushing higher up the pitch. But again, because they have done that, it's making Monaco's decision making a lot harder. Look again. Oh, good defending from Toulouse. They've recovered that really well, which is what I said. You know, they're happy to play high up because they know they'll recover. They've got good pace. However, they could be caught out if the cameraman sorts his life out. Come on, cameraman. Sort it out. Callum West. Hate them when it's against you, but for you, they are OP. Alejandro said true. Yeah, it is true. It is true. Also, as well, just going back on my other point, because I think I kind of like got sidetracked a little bit. Again, watch how Monaco are playing. It's a different style. And I want to give you a kind of example of that. So when we played in the C13 World Cup, in the group, I believe we were in the hardest group. We had Colombia, Paraguay, Switzerland and us. And I believe all four of us were better than at least 2 of the 4 in Group 3. And you could argue 3 of us better than all 4 of the teams in Group 3. But this is how it planned out. We played Colombia first game. They took us by surprise. They scored loads of goals very early on. We were a bit nervous. They used their height and strength against us. We let in a few pretty poor goals as well due to nerves. Came out in the second half. went for it, played more of our game, won the second half, had 8 9-meter penalties because their kind of thingy was being a bit more streetwise. It was kicking us and stuff like that, and it was our fate was in our hands basically. If we scored all those 8 9-meter penalties, we'd have won. I think we scored 3 of them, and even if we scored 5 of them, we would have won. But they were a lot more streetwise than us, which was a totally different game. Chris, if Toulouse will score, then Monaco will fall apart. Yeah, unless they get corners and stuff like that. Again, I wouldn't say it would be over, but it would be a lot more harder. I totally agree, Chris. But anyway, so yeah, Colombia were really streetwise, and when we kind of realised that we had to take the fight to them, we had to go in high press and stuff like that because they weren't the most technical side, we beat them in the second half. And if we kind of knew that going into the tournament, it would have made our job a hell of a lot easier. A 1-2 opportunity there that they didn't take, but they've done well. And then, going into our second game, we're playing Switzerland, who were very, very negative, fairly physical, but also quite slow. We knew we would have pace against Switzerland because we've played them and watched them before. Not quite. So again, they were very defensive, very similar to what I'm seeing with Monaco now. They were quite defensive. They were happy to play long. They didn't have much pace except from one guy. So it was a totally different game for us, and it was the easiest game for us personally. And then we went on to our third game, which was the absolute hardest game to play. They were technically brilliant. They were tactically brilliant, and obviously they went on to win the World Cup. But, and this is the point I'm making in regards to you can learn stuff from Monaco. We lost to Colombia, but Colombia lost to Switzerland. And the different styles can really catch you out. Now, in theory, if we went with our actual game plan and we didn't play defensive and we weren't nervous and things like that in the Colombian game, then we would have beat Colombia basically. We should have done better against Colombia than we did, but sadly we didn't. And but even though Colombia beat us, the different style of how Switzerland played in comparison to the different style of Colombia played, Switzerland beat Colombia, which was a huge surprise to all of us. And again, you will come up against teams that just play totally different. So I'll give you an example. A team that I think play very similar to Monaco in the C13s is Italy. They play a lot of 2-2 stuff. They want to hit you on the counter-attack. They're quite defensive-minded, but they're really effective on it. They've got one guy who plays for Juventus, I think, and he was very, very good. Natali or something like that, because you hear every time he scores, the commentator on Media Sport goes absolutely mental. Axel, Natali, Natali, Natali! And I made a whole video of that, which is a separate story. But anyway, so Italy's really good at that, and they're very, very effective. Even though it's fairly negative and I don't particularly like the style, they play effective. Goal! 2-1 Toulouse. Chris, now we're going to see if you're right. Chris, I don't know how many faults Toulouse has. I see Monaco has 2. Oh, sorry, fouls, sorry. Yeah, they have 2. Yeah, I don't know, actually. So, yeah, so Italy are... I'll tell you what, this is going to be really interesting now, by the way. We're going to see if Chris is right. Is Monaco going to fall apart, or are they going to come back in this game? It'll be very interesting to see what happens next. But, yeah, sorry. So, Italy are very effective, right? Catalonia, totally different. Brilliant, very well drilled side, pass the ball, look pretty on the eye. We saw that the other day against South Africa. But in my opinion, not so effective. They don't score enough goals for, you know, how creative they play. They need to be a bit more effective, especially in their end product. Now, Italy did better in the World Cup than Catalonia. I'm not sure if Italy knocked out Catalonia. I'm not 100% sure who knocked out Catalonia, but Italy basically did better than Catalonia. And it does go down to how effective they are. And like I said, it's okay playing pretty futsal, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're good at futsal. At the end of the day, whoever puts it in the opposition's net the most wins the game. So very similar if you see Pep Guardiola or Jose Mourinho. Pep Guardiola's team, you know from the off, are going to be playing better football, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to beat Jose Mourinho. And also as well, a lot of people do forget, when Jose Mourinho was at Real Madrid, they actually won the league when he was there, not Pep. So again, the styles are different, but it doesn't necessarily mean you can't learn from both. So keep an eye on how Monaco are playing. I do expect Monaco to lose, but that doesn't mean you can learn from how they play. That was a very long-winded point, wasn't it? However, it was important because, like I said, everyone stereotypically look at attractive style futsal and just assume that that's what you've got to learn, that's what you've got to copy. At the end of the day, as a manager or a coach, you have to play to the style of the players that you've got. And just because someone plays attractive doesn't mean that they're any good. Whew. My tea has finished, so I'm now on to the water. I'm trying to hydrate as much as I can because now we're doing the streams and there's a lot more activities involved. I am trying my very, very best to try and keep in good shape. Because some of the streams, especially when you're doing the Sally Up, Sally Down challenge, it absolutely sucks if you're out of shape trying to do those challenges. Okay, quick timeout. Who's still with me, guys? Put a comment in the comment section below. Who is with me right now? I love to hear all of your opinions on the games, and I'd love to know who's still with me, who's watching the game, who's enjoying it. Like I said, Toulouse 2, Monaco 1, the FEF Champions League held in Marguerite's in 2019. FEF competitions are on the up. They're going to grow, they're going to get bigger, they're going to get better. We've already heard an exclusive on this stream that 2 Romanian teams are interested in this future competition. Alejandro is still with us. And the fact that you've already got French clubs that want to be in part of it. We're hoping that English teams will be a part of it. And other British clubs will be a part of it. Burke is still with us. Burke's enjoying his performance. He's enjoying the girls' performance. Don't give the score away though, Burke. It's a hit and hope from the keeper. All the fix is done well there. So I'll tell you what, one thing would potentially go in Monaco's favour if we are going to balance out this opinion. If they started getting corners or throw-ins in the attacking half, they do have height on their side. And they do have strength on their side. And again, if I was the manager of Monaco right now, I would be putting a lot of emphasis on set pieces. A lot. All it takes is a couple of creative movements. Get some of those big players into the box. And see if you can create something. Chris from Belgium says yes, but they rarely reach the other side. But to be honest, Chris, there's so many different ways of doing that, you know? Like, not that I like it, but the stream last night was a perfect example of that. That Oviedo, who actually won, I think it must have been a record of how many times they passed it back to the keeper and he took a shot. I'm not even joking. He must have done it at least 30 times. Maybe that's even maybe that's even not doing that justice. It might even be more than that. But he just got the ball so many times and just shot at the goal. But what it was doing was it was pegging them back, and if the keeper saved it, it was a corner. So Monaco, where they haven't got the most technical players or the speed, maybe they do revert to that tactic just to see if they can start using some set piece to their advantage. But again, how creative is the manager from a set piece, you know? Our friends from Romania are still with us. Callum West, I think it's a decent game, but quite a bit slower than some of the last men's matches I've seen. Yeah, but again, Callum, this is why it's really important that we watch all aspects. We watch youth, we watch women, we watch men's, and we watch different standards, because you don't know what standard of game you're going to be in personally. Not every game is going to be fast and furious. You are going to be against teams that are going to be slightly more streetwise, slightly more defensive. Not the standard of the game might not be as good. But what's good is if you are... Up, goal! 3-1 Toulouse. But yeah, what's good is if you can watch a slow-paced game like this and analyse it and go, I would have done this, I would have done that. Tactically, this is wrong. Technically, this is wrong. I would like to do this. I'd like to do that. But I can appreciate this. I can appreciate that. Then you know when you go into a bigger and better stage, you'll be able to step up the level. Because again, with these players, I don't necessarily think, you know, they're all that bad. I personally think actually some of the issues here are tactical. Chris, last week's women's game in the AMF World Cup was not so slow. Yeah, exactly. To be honest with you, we watched on streams in the last lockdown of Brazil, who actually won the World Cup, and they were absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible to watch. Isa9311, hello from Romania. Welcome to the stream, Isa. I hope I pronounced that right. But welcome to the stream. But there is common themes though, because like I said with Monaco, I almost got a distinct vibe that they weren't going to be quite as good the moment they start throwing it to the keeper. Most streams we've watched so far, most teams that decide to throw it to the keeper and be negative tend to be the team that lose. That is one of the reasons why... that is one of the reasons why Oviedo, when they won yesterday, it was a massive, massive shock to us. Because they were outplayed. And also as well, what was quite funny was when we watched Dynamo Moscow, they totally dominated as well. And actually very, very close to the end of the game. The 9-metre penalty rule brought the excitement. Because if the other team scored both their 9-metre penalties that they... Oh, good skill. They scored both their 9-metre penalties, it would have been a draw. And it would have gone to extra time. Isa said, women futsal might be slower than men's. It's normal. Yeah, it is true. The thing is, I think the point that was made earlier by Chris was the game when we watched Colombia and Venezuela women, it wasn't this slow. So again, when you're watching a lot of the South Americans, the standards, you know, will be a lot higher. And also as well, this isn't an international game. So this is a club team game. So again, the intensity won't be of the top draw. But nevertheless, the way that Toulouse have played, it's been really good. And this is why we need to analyse different standards. It doesn't have to just be the high standard you review. You review the lowest standard, the highest standard, the middle standard, youth, women and men, because ultimately we can analyse them and figure out why the games have changed the way they are, and build our knowledge together. Because like I said, look at the style of how Monaco play, look at the style of how Toulouse play. Is it because the game is slower why Toulouse can play the way they are and be so successful with it? Because if Toulouse were playing against a team that were high pressing a lot, they were very fast on the ball, would they be able to peg them into these corners like they've successfully done quite a few times in this game? Maybe not. Or definitely it wouldn't be so easy. So again, watching different standards, you can't just go, oh yeah, that's good, I'm going to try that, and you think it's going to definitely plan out, because again, it depends on who you're playing, of what works in a good way or a bad way. Most players and coaches make the mistake of playing in a cemented mental state, and actually one of the things that I've learned as a player or a coach, manager, you have to be open-minded to the game. Oh, good save, hit the post. Oh, too many people on this side of the court. The moment that is played, someone's got to be making a diagonal cut there for me. Okay, another timeout. Does everyone understand what I mean as well by watching the different standards, watching women, watching youth, watching men, and all the different countries, getting a different culture and everything else? Does everyone understand that point of what I'm making in regards to that? Because that's the reason why most streamers, when they're streaming, they just want to watch the best all the time, because that will make them look good, that will bring in the views and everything else. But I'm not about that. For me, it's about the education. It's about bringing a collective understanding within the community, that it doesn't matter what standard it is, we're going to learn something, and we're going to break it down and get you to understand why there's a different standard. Callum, how long have Monaco got to pull it back? Yeah, I understand, says Alejandro. Burke redeemed hydrate, so I'm going to take a drink. Callum, it says 4 minutes 46. If you look where it says, that's the time that goes downwards, not up. So when that goes to 0, that's the end of the game. But obviously, let's not forget, every time it goes off, that stops. Number 11 apologises because she should have been at the post. Obviously, a few people are leaving the stream because obviously it's getting a little bit late. People are, you know, in different places of the world and things. But if anyone does have to leave because it's getting late, thank you for coming. Ooh. Counter-attack's on. Am I safe in the knowledge that I can probably say this game's probably over? Or am I jinxing it just so it gets a bit more exciting? Not that I'm saying it's not exciting. I just mean as in like getting the... You imagine if Monaco bring it back to 3-3. This stream will be on fire! See, this is where it's important here. You have to make the most... You have to make the most of these opportunities here. They score now, we're back in the game. If they miss, I'm still of the knowledge that it's game over. Because I just can't see 2 goals coming from open play from Monaco. But have I just jinxed it? I don't know about you guys, but have you noticed every time Monaco take a throw in, they touch the ball on the floor first? They keep like tapping the sideline and then they take their throw in. It's really weird. Callum West, don't jinx it. I'm a walking jinx. I jinx absolutely everything. Alejandro redeemed posture check. Good lines, Burke. Doing a solid job. Oh, good movement from Toulouse. Tried it. Is that a penalty? Oh. Burke, you didn't give the penalty, but now looking at that now, do you think that's a penalty, yes or no? Now you've had a time to look on it, do you think that was a penalty, yes or no? I didn't actually properly see it, I just saw a person hit the floor, so... Now you're watching it back, do you think that should have been a penalty? Ooh. I'll tell you what, fun fact for you. Well, it's not... It's not a... It's more of an opinion than a fact, but Toulouse do one of the best sausages in the world. If you ever go to France or Toulouse, ask for a Toulouse sausage. They are the boy. Here we go, here we go. Ooh, that was close. A little tap in and that could have been game on. Every time there seems to be like a come together and it's like a 50-50, I always think that Monaco will win it, to be fair. That's one of the things that goes in their benefit. Is that another timeout? Or is that a sub? Oh, a sub. Burke, maybe I didn't see this match, but this penalty if ball in match. Ah, okay. That was a push in the back. Callum, a bit random. I know it's so random, but I was just thinking Toulouse, and I was like, Toulouse sausage. I'm really hungry now. Callum, when you're streaming, all sorts of weird stuff comes out of the way that you're thinking and everything else. The pressure of being on camera and everything. And what does it bring you to? Toulouse sausages. Hey Alejandro, doesn't it feel a bit weird that Jackson's not with us? Or if he is with us, he can't comment. A stream always feels weird if Alejandro and Jackson's not part of it. I'm like, what? Are they alive? Are they okay? They're like in all of my streams. Callum, fun fact for you. You've still got my favourite video of all time. Can you guess what it is and why? Seconds to go, guys. Quick question to Callum. What's my favourite video that you're in? And what video do you think it is? And why do you think I like it so much? Go! 4-1. Callum, you ain't got long to answer, buddy. Get typing. Yes, here's your dog video. I mean it. I can't even remember what the dog's name is off the top of my head, but someone, I mean it. Basically, to give you guys some context, I was watching it. He's doing this really hard kick-up challenge that I've got, and he does it. He's the only youth player that I know that's actually done it as well, by the way. So big up yourself, Callum. And he's going for a second time to do it, and his dog gets in the way, and whatever the dog's called, I can't remember. And he goes, da 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 da. I mean it. How's Dry's doing anyway? Haven't spoke since he was doing the Ronaldo style haircut. I haven't seen Darius for a while because me and his mum split up, sadly. But yeah, I think he's playing football now. So I wish him good luck. But yeah, that video of the dog. I love that. Fletcher, that's it. Fletcher, I mean it. Brilliant. It's literally my favourite video. You got the seriousness of getting the skill right. The technique's unreal to watch. And then, out of nowhere, a dog appears. Fletcher, I mean it. Unreal. Love it. Oh, Gulazzo! I'm going to be Glenn Hoddle and say the obvious. Game over. 5-1. 4 seconds to go. Hey, who remembers the stream last night of all the goals? It was like 4 goals in like a space of like 10 seconds, I swear. It was like goal, 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 goal. And I was like, whoa. Like, where did this come from? It was unreal to watch. But anyway, today's live stream, Toulouse 5, Monaco 1. This was the FEF Champions League 2019 for women. A brilliant game to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, on this Twitch stream, we will be reviewing youth games, women games, men's games, all different countries, all different standards, because it's important to review them all. As long as the camera quality is okay and it's good enough to watch, then great. But guys, I just want to say a massive thank you for everyone that came today. Please don't forget to follow the channel. If you want to subscribe, if you've got Amazon Prime, it's free. If you do want to subscribe and you don't have Amazon Prime, it does cost, unfortunately. But guys, thank you very much for coming. Training and matches will resume again on Monday. Training at 4 o'clock English time and matches in the evening at 8 o'clock. Please, let's start spreading the word. Let's get more people around the world and in your local communities. Let's build this futsal family. It's important that we work together. Have a fantastic day, evening, morning, whatever it is where you are. And guys, I'll see you on Monday at 4 o'clock for training and then 8 o'clock in the evening. Have a good one, guys. I'm out. Let's go!